talk about, pretend like you're getting the hang of some of this, then how do you keep this new power structure and keep with being consistent? So the first tip, we've already talked about this to death, but the other thing I want to say is, in addition to giving a consequence that you really can follow through, it's also important to see it all the way through. So we're parents of middle schoolers in here, so most of the discipline you're doing is probably with taking away privileges at this point. So how many people have taken away your kid's phone or iPad or iPod, but then they hound you and harass you and beg you for it, so then you give it back earlier than you meant to? Has that ever happened to anybody? Thank you, honest people, for raising your hands. Yes, so that happens a lot, where sometimes you're getting the first part of the equation down. You are given the consequence, and that's awesome, but then a lot of times I see parents getting worn down emotionally and physically sometimes, and the kid sort of begs and says, I promise I've learned my lesson, please can I have it back? And I see sometimes parents are sort of stopping short of seeing the consequence all the way through the way you intended. So really important to see it all the way through. Sometimes when I'm doing parent coaching, parents will ask me, well, can I ever let them earn it back early? Is that possible for, if they're being really good, to let them have it back early? And I usually answer that by saying, if you get to advanced level parenting, like you've graduated from no Wimpy parenting, and you've really got this down, then sure, that's possible. It's not like you can never let the kid earn it back. But if you're a newbie to this movement and you're really trying to get the basics down and really trying to teach your kids these tenets, then I would encourage you to see it all the way through most of the time. The other one for step 4 is keep it simple. That means just with the behaviors that you're focusing on with your kids. I think sometimes as parents we have 50 things we're trying to monitor with our kids and discipline and reprimand, and sometimes it's a little overwhelming for us as parents to keep track of all the rules and what we want to care about. And for kids, definitely, if you're reprimanding and having rules and warnings for everything, then it's going to dilute the power of your expectations and your rules if it's too much. So whenever I'm working with parents, again, one-on-one, if we're coming up with a reward system, I encourage them to focus on their top 3 to 5 behaviors they really want to have improvement on. So maybe it's first time compliance, first time every time that the kid does what you say, first time every time. Maybe it's the way they speak to you, that you're wiping out that sassy attitude, sarcastic tone. Maybe it's respect for rules, and you want them to hand over their phone every night without complaining for you to charge it. So whatever it is, keep your list simple, and be thoughtful about what rules and what issues you're really making into something with your kids. We had something with our younger one last year where she went through a sporty stage, and she wanted to only wear her like sporty hoodies and shorts, and it was killing me because she had drawers full of adorable girly clothes and cute sweaters and everything. But that's an example where at the end of the day, I really don't care what she's wearing. I mean, I did care about the waisted cute clothes, but it's not something I wanted to go to battle over. So she had her sporty stage, she tired of it, now she's back to dressing with her cute clothes most of the time. So that's an example where, again, as parents, it's cliche to say, but choose your battles and really think, do I really care about this, or is that one I can just let go? That one we just talked about. I guess I merged those. We already talked about that too, with just losing the potency of it. So for, let me see if there's anything else I want to say about this. Oh,